Hey guys, this episode today is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Next time, guys, you want to go online, whether it's your phone, your tablet, or your laptop, you can now feel safe by going online safely with just a few taps with ExpressVPN, engineered to protect your privacy and security. Check them out on Google Play or the App Store. Just key in ExpressVPN and they'll pop right up. Right now, folks, they have a 7-day free trial. That's right. Download it for free on your Android phone, tablet, or TV, or on the App Store. ExpressVPN. Connect to 3,000 plus VPN servers in 160 locations in 94 countries. Safely access an unrestricted world of great content and apps with powerful speed and unlimited bandwidth. Protect your data and online activity with best-in-class encryption. Secure your connection on public Wi-Fi hotspots. Folks, it's also the industry's leading privacy protection. Browse in peace while keeping your IP address and location private. Under their strict privacy policy, they don't collect activity logs or connection logs. It's been independently audited to ensure your protection. So if you want to go online without worrying that your data or your online activity is going to be hacked or looked at, download ExpressVPN today, guys.
Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast. Hey guys, welcome. Today is Friday. Welcome. Welcome to the Patriot Angle Podcast. Welcome. Today is Friday. Today is Friday, guys. It's October 15th. Wow, we're like just about in the middle of the month, right? Tomorrow will be basically the official middle of the month of October. Welcome to today's episode. Welcome, producer Josh. Why do you have the windows open? I can hear the birds screeching in the background. Yes, it is hot in here. I do apologize. The damn air conditioning is not working correctly here. Once again, you know, this building is just known for air conditioning problems, it seems. But they said they should have it fixed over the weekend. God willing, I hope so. Well, it's not as hot here in Georgia and the Atlanta area as it was in the last, couple of months. But, it is starting to cool down, which I love. It's probably my most favorite time of the year. But, they're guys, if you're just tuning into the show, the birds in the background are outside here. We have the windows open here in the studio because it's just the air conditioning is not working whatsoever here in the studio here of the Patriot Angle Podcast. But with that being said, guys, welcome. Hope the birds don't bother you. I guess they're pissed off about politics myself. But anyway, did anybody catch the Facebook Live the other day? We were supposed to do a Facebook Live, okay? And for those who were expecting a Facebook Live, I'm sorry to say Fakebook, censored the shit out of us once again. Yes, they were up to their no goods. The geeks there in Silicon Valley of San Francisco decided to once again shadow ban me. Oh, they do it on occasion. If they're not fact-checking me, they're shadow banning me or completely censoring out my content. But guess what, guys? Don't you worry. We conservatives are winning. Yes, we are. We're winning. Because, we're getting to them. They are understanding that the conservative movement in this country is not going to die. It's well alive. It's not on life support. It's continuing, folks. And we are not going to stand for the crap that they're doing to this country. I'm not going to stand for it. And I know you, as the listener, is not going to stand for it either. With that being said, guys, welcome to today's show. We got a couple of topics here we want to get on this show here. First and foremost, before I get into the topic here, I want to get into my sponsor here, our big sponsor, the one that makes this all possible. To our friends at Anchor and Spotify for making this podcast for what it is. Thank you, guys. You are my friends, and I consider you a family, right? A family member. Guys, if you're looking for a podcast, like a starter page, look no further than the great set of people at Anchor and Spotify. Guys, this podcast platform, broadcasting platform, is great for starter podcasters, mid-advanced podcasters, and even experienced podcasters. If you're looking to literally build your platform, your podcast, whatever it is, maybe it's a vlog page, maybe it's just you just want to get out there and get your name across. Look at Spotify and Anchor. They're a great set of team over there, and guys, we love them. Producer Josh and I, we're always just applauding the many features that Anchor does have. So head over to anchor.fm and check them out today, guys. They're a great set of people, and I think you're really going to be impressed with their services. With that being said, guys, welcome back to the show. Welcome back. We got a really trending story that's just hitting, right, Josh? Like just about every platform out there. I know it was trending pretty heavily there on BreitbartNews.com. Basically, right on their front page there. If you head over to Breitbart.com, you'll see it pop right up. Guys, I want to get into this topic. Pete Buttigieg, yeah, where has he been? Well, he's been kind of missing out of action since August. Yeah, everybody's like, kind of scratching their heads, like, where has Pete Buttigieg have been? Well, a lot of people, kind of, saying, who the hell is Pete Buttigieg? Well, he has a lot to do with the Biden administration, and he is the transportation secretary of the Biden administration, and he's been missing out of action since August. So, with that being said, guys, let's get into the story here. The White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, was very quick to defend the transportation secretary, basically saying that she called him a role model for taking so much time off after he and Chasten, his partner, got baby twins. Oh, they got baby twins? Where'd they get them from? And it didn't come out of Buttigieg's stomach, and it didn't come out of his partner's stomach. Folks, this is, I'm not going to criticize. But the only thing I'm going to do is, elaborate for the listeners out there that, I think this is a first, right, Josh? Like, have we ever had a gay individual on in a presidential cabinet? No, I think this is a first. It has to be a first. Yeah. But she praised him as a role model for taking so much time off. Even as the national supply chain crisis is worsening. Yeah. I mean, you would think, like, with our crisis in the supply chain industry, he would literally, kind of want to focus on that, and try to tackle that issue a little bit clearer, right? I mean, you would think, right? But nope. He's taken time off for paternity leave during this really, really huge crisis. But that's okay. Also, Jen Psaki wrote on her Twitter account, also proud to work in an administration that is fighting to make paid leave a reality for everyone. And with people like @Secretary Pete, who are role models on the importance of paid leave for new parents. Oh, okay. Yes, I do agree with you there, Miss Psaki. But there should be alternative measures when we face a huge crisis that is facing this country, and the infrastructure crisis, the supply chain crisis now. Yes. When you have a crisis in this country, such as a huge crisis, such as our supply chain industry in this country, which affects, for most parts, the entire country, if not many angles of it, right? You would think that this secretary, Pete Buttigieg, would consider on looking at this issue a little bit more responsible. That's a laughing stock, right? Responsible. Yeah, you don't get responsibility in this administration. It's nothing but a fucking joke, if you ask me. Another tweet coming out of Catherine Clark. Yeah, Representative Kathleen Clark, saying going on paternity leave isn't being MIA, right? Missing in action. It's called being a parent. And @Secretary Pete is a new parent, no different than the millions of other Americans who also deserve the right to take care of their loved ones during birth, sickness, and old age. Okay. It's no different than the millions of other Americans. That's what she wrote on her Twitter account, right? It's no different. It's no different than any other ordinary American, right? It is different. This is the transportation secretary. This is a presidential cabinet member, okay? He has a lot of responsibilities. And you would think with his high responsibilities, he would look into this crisis a little bit more responsible, right? But like I said, you're not going to get any responsible response from this administration. It's been a freaking joke since January. And I think the American public is getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. I think we're all getting sick of it. You know?
She was just on the thing. And, of course, the rather insecure Tucker Carlson couldn't resist going full bigot about the whole issue last night. Watch.
Pete Buttigieg has been on leave from his job since August after adopting a child. Paternity leave, they call it, trying to figure out how to breastfeed. No word on how that went. But now he's back in office as the transportation secretary, and he's deeply amused, he says, to see that dozens of container ships can't get into this country.
You know, I mean, he's mocking what? His manliness? What is he mocking there?
He's mocking everyone equally. He's mocking women. He's mocking men. I mean,
he's an equal opportunity bigot.
Yeah.
Or maybe he doesn't know much about breastfeeding because he came out of a robot.
Oh, shut the hell up. This leftist freaking talk show, The View. Shut up. No one wants to hear your garbage. Oh, he's mocking him. He's a bigot. How the hell? First of all, folks, what you just heard is a sound clip from the most radical left socialist talk show in America, The View. ABC's The View. That was Joe Bayer that told her co-host earlier today on Friday, host Tucker Carlson is a bigot for mocking Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg's paternity leave. He's a bigot? How the hell is he a bigot? Let's define the word bigot, shall we? I mean, literally, how is he a bigot? How is he a bigot? First of all, Pete Buttigieg is a male, right? And Tucker Carlson is a male. They're both white Caucasian men. Okay, so how is he a bigot? Well, let's define it, right? A bigot, a person who is unreasonably attached to a belief, opinion, or faction, especially one who is prejudiced against or a person or people on the basis of their membership of a particular group. Okay, so the bigotry, okay, that's coming out of this, okay, is he's not mocking his belief. Okay, if you want to go back to that, let's go back to that, shall we? We'll go right back to that. Here it is, right here. We'll go right back to that sound clip, and you tell me if this is bigotry. If it is, okay, that's your opinion. Okay, if you think it's bigotry, okay, that's your own personal opinion, because this is America, right? This is America. That's what makes this country so great. We live on opinion, whether it's right or wrong. Opinion. But no, it's bigotry. Oh, we'll go back to that sound clip. You tell me if this is bigotry.
The whole issue last night. Watch.
Pete Buttigieg has been on leave from his job since August after adopting a child. Paternity leave, they call it, trying to figure out how to breastfeed. No word on how that went.
Trying to breastfeed. He was making a little joke. He was trying to breastfeed. How is that bigotry? He's a man. He's trying to breastfeed. He can't breastfeed. That's the thing that Carlson was trying to say. That's what Tucker was trying to say. He's a man. He's trying to breastfeed. He doesn't know how to breastfeed because he's a freaking man. Men don't produce milk. Well, last time I checked, in the scientific world of men, we don't produce milk. Women do. So it's very hard for a gay man to do that. So he has to look at alternative measures. Folks, this country. I'm telling you, it's gone two ways out of the highway. Listen to more of these nut jobs of what they say. Oh boy.
And so, but I think Secretary Pete is learning what we've all known and what women have all known from the start of time, which is that when you are working and raising a family, you have got to juggle the time between professional life and personal life. And it is a hard struggle for everyone, every woman out there, every person out there having the same struggle. And look, the truth of the matter is we have a transportation crisis in this country right now. There's an infrastructure bill that needs to get passed where transportation is a huge part.
Yeah, it's a huge part. We have a infrastructure crisis. I'm so glad that this radical left show will admit that, because you will never hear ABC, MSNBC, even crooked CNN. You won't see them admit to it. Oh no, you won't see them admit to it. They live in denial. Oh, it's not a crisis. It's a little misunderstanding. Oh, a misunderstanding? It's a misunderstanding, the infrastructure crisis. It's a misunderstanding that we have illegal migrants coming over to this country by the thousands. It's a misunderstanding that we have supply chain shortages in this country. Oh, but Joe Biden is going to build back better. Yeah. Oh, okay. With that being said, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back after these words. I want to get into a couple more topics that's just buzzing the political headlines. Be right back, guys, after these words.
I love finding out things reconnect with travel. Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites and shows you which flights are waiving change fees, so you can spend the rest of 2021 doing what you do best. Kayak. Search one and done.
Well, we've been working this issue from day one. The president signed an executive order on supply chains in February. In June, I began co-chairing a task force with my counterparts from Commerce and Agriculture in July, convened the entire ecosystem of supply chain actors who work with respect to the ports, and we're continuing to drive action as we go into this holiday season and beyond. Look, we got two sets of issues, long-term issues and short-term issues. The long-term issues are why we urgently need to pass the infrastructure vision that the president has laid out. It includes $17 billion to support our ports, and I think we're seeing just how important that part of our supply chain is. But then we have the more immediate issues. The good news is demand has come roaring back. That represents a policy success under the president's leadership. People having more ability to spend. The economy's got a long way to go, but we've seen that demand come back and then some, because we also have shifts in spending patterns where people are spending less on recreation, restaurants, travel, which means that they're spending more on things. That supply chain, as strained and as stressed and as sometimes out of date as it is right now, is putting through more than ever. We've seen a major increase in the goods coming through. The problem is they have still not been able to keep up, and that's why we've been acting as an honest broker with the private sector actors like those gathered at the White House today to identify more short-term steps that will help ease those bottlenecks and get those goods moving.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. You just heard what Pete Buttigieg had said, right? He's talking about, first of all, guys, I want to elaborate of what he just had said, for people that may have not caught that. He's talking about that, as a country, we need to urgently need to pass the president's infrastructure bill, right? That it needs to pass through the House, right? It needs to. First of all, folks, this infrastructure package, okay, that they're trying to pass has nothing to do with the infrastructure to begin with. I mean, it's over 2,000 pages. Do you think any House member has read any of those 2,000 pages plus? They haven't, folks. I can tell you right now they haven't. Folks, the infrastructure package that they're trying to pass has probably like 7, possibly maybe 8% of infrastructure that's implemented in that package. Has nothing to do with it. The main package that they're trying to pass will go to other countries such as third world, okay? Other countries. That's what's in the main package. That's what they're trying to pass. That's where all your money as a taxpayer is going to go to. Other countries. Like these Democrats, that's what they're known for. They're known for just throwing money to other countries that literally can care two shits about us. It's this infrastructure it's not like 80-90% infrastructure. It's a 7-8% infrastructure package. That's it. That is it. I mean, yeah, let's throw more money at an incompetent government. Yeah, great idea. Great idea. This government is incompetent. It's been incompetent since the beginning of January. It's a different government. Yes, I understand that the supply chain is under huge pressure. It is. Under this administration, under tremendous pressure. Supply chain companies all over the country is taking drastic hits. Drastic hits. But Biden and Buttigieg, by saying this, we can fix this by forcing the determinations of tens of thousands of vital employees by imposing a federal medical mandate right before the holiday busy season. Yeah, that's real smart. But hold on, folks. It's going to be a wild ride. Just you see. I mean, this Secretary of Transportation, Buttigieg, folks, is way over his head, dealing with a transportation issue for which he has absolutely no solutions whatsoever on fixing. Doesn't have any solutions whatsoever. Just literally tippy toes over the next scenario to the next scenario to the next scenario. Now he's worried about more of staying home and going on a 2, 3, 4 month leave, paternity leave, to raise his adopted child with his partner, which is to me, folks, is an absolute disgrace. You're going to take a paternity leave in the midst of a supply chain infrastructure crisis in this country? I think you should have, your timing, Buttigieg, was a little off, pal, if you ask me. It was a little off. But, I mean, can we expect to see changes in this administration? Sadly, no, folks. You're not going to see anything. You're not going to see any improvements whatsoever. We're clearly seeing that this administration, okay, is willing to destroy the economy. Literally destroy it. They destroyed this economy to get Trump out of office. Trump didn't make the problem. This administration, folks, had made the problem. This is what they did, folks. They, like I said, okay? And I'll repeat myself to get the damn point out until everybody understands this, okay? They destroyed the economy, folks, to get Trump out of office. That's what we seen last year. That's what we seen last November, right? 2020. That's what we seen in the last election. We seen this administration, this new administration, come into power to literally destroy everything just to get this man out of office. And to do that is a little pathetic, if you ask me. Pathetic. Pathetic at dangerous levels. But let me ask this one question, okay? Actually, 2 questions, right? Can I say 2 questions? Am I allowed to say 2 questions, Josh? Oh, I have to watch, right? Because we live in a country, right? Producer Josh, yeah, I agree with you, pal. We live in a country where we have to watch our wording because it might offend or be sensitive material to the opposing person or party. That's what this country has become, that. Literally. It's crazy. Here's one thought, okay? One thought, guys. Okay? And if you want to answer this thought, by all means, go ahead. I invite you to answer this thought or question on my social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, or if you want to email me, patriotunfiltered1776@yahoo.com. Go ahead. Okay, Josh, I think we should do a Q&A. Let's put the Q&A on the podcast episode after it's done. We'll put a little Q&A on this episode, folks, and this will be the Q&A for this episode, okay, which I'm about to say. Okay, here the Q&A will be right on this episode. Okay, at the bottom of the episode, you'll see a Q&A on Spotify. Does Apple do it, Josh, and Google? No, it's just Spotify, right? Yeah. Okay, so if you're listening to this episode on Spotify, folks, head over to Spotify, okay? After the episode's over or before the episode, before you start it, folks, okay, you'll see a little Q&A question, which I'm about to say, okay? And if you want to answer it, go ahead. Go ahead, because I'd like to understand, where my listeners and, possibly followers are on this issue here. I would love to understand if they feel the same remorse or the same, if they have the same reaction that I have. Okay, so here's the Q&A. If port workers, retail workers, truck drivers, and warehouse workers have to work 24/7 shifts now, okay, for better wages and protections, how does that change the scenario of what this administration is trying to imply? I mean, seriously, right? You have port workers, retail workers, truck drivers, warehouse workers working 24/7 shifts right now. Okay? The problem there, folks, is that we need more people. We need more people. If you have people working 24-hour shifts, the problem is the short of staffing that this administration has created. It created this problem. But Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is more worried about going on paid leave since mid-March to spend time with his husband. What the fuck kind of nonsense is that, if you ask me? Let's ask Pete Buttigieg about the real scenarios, right? Let's ask him about the real crisis. Does he have any idea how to fix it? Nope. Doesn't have a damn clue. Actions should have been taken place months ago, folks. This guy, this Buttigieg guy, has no experience in infrastructure. You can go fact check that. Go fact check that. I dare you. I dare you.
Worried about retirement. His personalized plan is backed by the team at Fidelity. His IRA is professionally managed, and he gets one-on-one coaching when he needs it. So Ben is feeling pretty zen. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
Patriot Unfiltered. Raw.
The Democrat Socialist bill also includes a $1.3 billion payoff to the fake news industry. These people, but we're giving them money. They don't deserve it. By subsidizing and hiring of reporters at media outlets all across the country, meaning liberal media outlets. Can you imagine, on top of everything else, billions of dollars is being spent to take care of these people that don't report truth. They don't report truth.
Yeah, they don't, folks. That's where more of this money's going to. Yeah. You want to hear the truth? Oh, it's coming out of this podcast. You're going to hear the truth because this is the kind of shit, folks, you won't hear on mainstream media. Nah, they won't tell you. They won't tell you that they're getting handout after handout. They're getting a little, basically a piggy bank handout from the Biden administration. No, they're not going to tell you the secrets. No, why would they? Why would they tell you the secrets? Why would they do that? Folks, they would have to be stupid, right? They would have to be real stupid to tell you all that, right? Let's hear some more of President Trump. Yeah, I love this man, how he just delivers the truth. Positive truth. Here we go, guys. Listen to more of this.
Meanwhile, the media says nothing about Biden's handling of COVID, despite all of the vaccines that we came up with, therapeutics that we came up, and knowledge that we gave. Biden's come up with this horrible period of time. He hasn't done the job because now we have more people that have died of COVID in 2021 with the vaccines, with the therapeutics. More people died in 2021 than in all of 2020. But the media is silent. They don't talk about that.
Nope, they don't talk about a damn thing, folks. A damn thing. Terrible.
You know, they're allowed to say that about me. They called it illegitimate. They called it everything in the book. It was fine. When I say it, now here's the difference. Hillary conceded. I never conceded.
Nope. He never did, folks. And, guess what, folks? Guess what? What I'm talking about here on this show, all of this nightmare can end. All of it can end in 2022 when we vote out a brand or excuse me, vote in, right? I got the words all mixed up, don't I, Josh? Yeah. Thanks for laughing at me, pal. You're supposed to give me like a heads up in my earpiece, and tell me, "Hey, Mike, you screwed. You're supposed to say that one word." It's all right. It's all right. My listeners, they love this show, and that's what's great about conservative podcast hosts such as myself, Yeah, we're sure. Sometimes we get our words mixed up, but guess what, guys? We come back nailing the right point that needs to be heard. Folks, you can vote all of this out in 2022 when we vote in a brand new House of Representatives, Republican conservative House. Wouldn't that be nice? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? That would be like a Christmas present, a really big Christmas present. Let's just put a big ribbon on it, huh? That would be beautiful, wouldn't it? A brand new House of Representatives. Then we can get the Wicked Witch of the West from San Francisco Valley, Nancy Pelosi. We can get her out of office. We can vote her out because she's a nut job to begin with. We can get a new House Speaker. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And then fast forward 2 years later in 2024, we can put Donald Trump back in the White House. Oh boy, that would be another Christmas present. Wouldn't that be beautiful, folks? Oh boy, it would be like a blessing from the skies. Oh my goodness, that would be great. That would be great. But hopefully it'll go that way. Just hopefully. Well, we have to deal with the fake ballot machines and the corruption from the mainstream media, and then we have to think of the radical left. That machine. Oh, that machine is very oiled, and folks, that machine runs 24 hours a day. Oh, they keep that machine on life support. That's constantly running. But folks, that can all end. All of that can end, and we can have this country back to where it's supposed to be, on the mantle. We can be back on the world stage as a prosperous country once again. We can be that country again if we vote these idiots, these nimrods, out of office and get back our country. End this stupid mandate of masking or vaccinations and this and that. And like we have to live in a third world country with dictators. We don't have to have all that stupid nonsense. We can have our country back. We can go to a bar without showing vaccination cards and negative testing. We can go to sporting events without showing all that nonsense. We can do all that. We can spend time with our families, even though that Dr. Doom should suggest that we should spend Christmas or Thanksgiving with our families because we're going to spread COVID, which to me is complete nonsense. They're thinking like, this disease is going to cure every type of form of bacteria possible. I mean, that's what it seems like they're going at, which is, folks, it's just, we here at the Patriot Angle podcast, producer Josh and I, and, digital team on Mika here, we laugh about it, even did you catch my episode last Tuesday when I had Collective Coal on the podcast? Which, by the way, folks, every Tuesday, she's on this podcast. She's been added to the podcast every Tuesday, exclusively on the Patriot Angle podcast from her podcast, Collective Coal Rants, by popular demand. And a lot of listeners, they heard her in the first couple of episodes that she's been on, and they've been asking me, Mike, you got to get her on the podcast. You got to get her on the podcast. I got blogs, I've gotten emails, I've gotten even producer Josh, right? Producer Josh, I mean, you've asked the same thing. Yeah, he's talking in my headpiece. You've said the same thing. That we have to get Nicole on the podcast, which we have, folks. So check that podcast out next Tuesday. It's gonna be a whopper of a podcast, if you ask me. She's great. She's tremendous on this show. She's got no filter. That's what we love about her. There's no filter of this woman. she's great. I mean, she tells you how it is, you know? I mean, she's tough. I tell you what, guys, that's the type of conservatives we need in this country. People like myself, Nicole from Collective Cole, just that's what we need, folks. We need that conservative movement in this country to keep it alive. This country, folks, is on life support right now, temporarily on life support until we get our country back from this tyranny of big tech, the far left, big pharma, folks. That all that has to go bye-bye in 2022 and 2024. That we have to. In order to save this country, we have to defeat big pharma, big tech, and the far left. Those are the three. Oh, and Josh is saying the same thing. And number 4, the mainstream media. Those are the 4 major threats of this country right now. We need to defeat that once and for all, and we'll have our country back. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. God bless you.
Michael Gardner, a host like no other. Unfiltered, unhinged, unscripted, raw. You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.